I said that I had only not seen, the only MCU movie that I had not seen was Thor Love and Thunder. Or at least I've only seen some of it, but that's a lie. I forgot because I don't really think about it. But I never watched The Incredible Hulk. Like, now this is the one with Edward Norton, before they chose Mark Ruffalo for Bruce Banner. And I just never watched it. I forgot that I hadn't watched it. But I heard that it was good. So I will not be rating, to be fair, I will not be rating The Incredible Hulk, and I will not be rating Thor Love and Thunder. Now, I'm very sure that Thor Love and Thunder would be low on my list, but to be fair, since I did not finish watching it, I'm not going to rate those two movies. Every other movie, though, I have seen, and I will rate it. I am not going to include the TV shows. So, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, none of those. Hawkeye, all those I'm not writing into this because there's just specifically the movies. So, I don't know if you guys want me to do that. Then I'm gonna have to finish watching all of them, because there's a lot of shows that I haven't even started. So, but yeah, and you're probably gonna get at me for that, but I can just watch the recaps and see what's going on that I need to know and all that stuff. I did end up watching Quantumania, so that will be included in the list. So, are you guys ready? Speed Racer, are you ready? I'm gonna need you to answer next time. Stop being silent. I'm gonna be doing this from, I was actually curious because I wasn't sure if I should start from best to worst or worst to best, but I think I'm gonna start from best to worst, just because. So, for my, or, well, I should have probably counted these. Okay, give me 1 second, I'm gonna count these. I'm also gonna cut this so that you guys don't have to listen to me count, or maybe I could do like a inaudible whisper, like, kind of like that. Would that be good? I think that would be cool. Okay. 29. I think that's it, 29. I am using my iPad, and I like wrote them down with my Apple Pencil. I like wrote down everything on it, so I didn't number them though. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's 29, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. What I think is the best MCU movie, 29, is Infinity War. The Avengers, Infinity War. I think that is number 29. They're so loud. This is why I should record at night. Bro, Infinity War. There are so many good things about Infinity War that I think that they did. Obviously, the ending. That was not supposed to be the laugh. The ending. Like, dude, it was so good. And sad and just scary. Because, I mean, when I first heard that the third Avengers was going to be like split into two movies, like Infinity War and then Endgame, like a part 1 and part 2, I was like, okay, I have a feeling that the Avengers are going to lose. You know, like I had a feeling that they're going to lose, and in the next movie they're going to come back and win, which is exactly what happened. But, yeah, so the ending, like, Thanos was crazy good. I mean, every Avenger was on their A game. The duo between Steve and
I don't feel so good.
You're alright.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, Peter Parker. Oh, man, that was just so sad. Number 28, I think, would be Civil War. Oh yeah, that is another thing that I want to say. That you guys may have a completely different ranking when it comes to the MCU movies. So this is just my ranking. You probably will have a completely different opinion. This is just my opinion. So if you guys have different rankings, put them down in the comments, please, because I'd be interested to know what your rankings are. So Civil War is number 28 for me. Civil War is actually my favorite MCU movie. I love how they did with that. It's just, now people are gonna say, and I know that a lot of people weren't fans of Civil War. It wasn't like the comics, is what people say. And if you haven't seen the comics for Civil War, then you probably go into it and you enjoy it. Like, I never read the Civil War comics, so I wouldn't know. But other people that did, they were like, not like how it was supposed to be or whatever. So like they have a different opinion about that. But I think it was just so well done and so exciting and intense, and it just did so well. And I don't care what anyone says. I am Team Cap, and I will always be Team Cap. I love Iron Man. I love Tony Stark. I love Robert Downey Jr. But I am Team Cap all the way. Okay? Team Cap all the way. People also argue that about the whole situation at the end with Tony versus Steve and Bucky killing his parents, and I have a whole thing about that where I'm not even gonna go into it. It's too much to say, but people have their sides that they choose and why they choose their side, and I don't know. I'm still Team Cap. I'm sorry. Should Bucky have killed Tony's parents? No, but he was brainwashed. He didn't know what he was doing. Technically, he didn't even do it. It was Hydra. So if you're gonna be mad at Hydra. Okay? Anyways, I said I wasn't gonna get into it, and I just jumped all in. Anyways, number 27, Winter Soldier. Captain America, Winter Soldier. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Captain America movies, except for the first one, but we'll get to that. Winter Soldier and Civil War, awesome. I think those are together. Those are my all-time favorites. It was just again, like I said, just super well done. It was my Roman Rodgers movie. This movie made me fall in love with Steve and Natasha, and just ship them. Because remember, this was in 2014, so I was a lot younger and I was just shipping them. But yeah, it was so cool, and it was just so intense, guys. It was so intense. Please excuse all the noise in the background. But yeah, so I can't even remember what I was talking about. But yeah, oh, when Bucky, they send Bucky, I'm blocking out so much of this. When they send Bucky to go get attack, it will kill Steve really, and Fury is in Steve's apartment and the music's playing. It's been a long, long time, you know that song? Dude, oh my gosh, this is the worst time to film, but I wanted to get this done. Man, I could go on and on about that movie, but I'm not going to. So, what's that? something like that. It could have been like 2 weeks after it came out. I think it was probably that. It was like 2 weeks after it come out, and usually when it's been 2 weeks since a movie came out, the theaters aren't going to be as packed as it was when it released, right? We went to the theater 2 weeks later, and the theater was packed again. Dude, like, that just tells you how much money that brought in to the box office. Like, man, dude. But yeah, it was so good, so exciting, and I know that the movie was basically just all of the greatness about it was pretty much a fan service, because if you take away all of the cool stuff about the movie, like, you know, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Green Goblin, if you take away all of them, the plot is kind of weak, and I personally feel like Doctor Strange could have done so much more to stop Peter, but of course for the movie's sake you have to have Doctor Strange lose, but you know, anyways, but who cares? It was amazing. I don't even care if the plot was weak. It was a great story. It was great. I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm talking about Peter Parker and I don't even know who he is. I hope you guys got that joke. 25. I'm gonna go with the first Avengers movie. So the first Avengers movie in 2012. That was the first MCU movie that I watched. I honestly did not watch any of the ones that came before that. Until after I saw Avengers 1, and I was in the 8th grade when it came out. And it made me fall in love with the Marvel characters. I was just down with it. You know, I was down. And I think people tend to forget how good that movie was, because all these movies that have come since then, you kind of forget about how great the first Avengers movie was, and now just wow. The theater was hype for that too. Let me tell you, the theater was hype again. I remember going to see that for the first time when it came out. The theater was crazy that day, bro. I remember, like, we were there for the pre-showing day, and like, my dad took me and my brother, and so they were getting ready to show the movie, and I think this person had their phone out or whatever, and was like looking at something, and I'd never had this happen in a theater before, but it was like looking at something and this light was showing. All of a sudden, this dude like gets up out of nowhere and is like, "Hey, turn that phone off, turn off." It's like yelling at him, and then he's like, "You get out, get out." And so he like stands over there and like tells the dude to get out. And so the what are they called? The something because after the late Chadwick Boseman, they had to do something to continue, you know. And they did. At the end credits, they do have a hope of having the new T'Challa, so that's a great way of doing it too. So it's not like Shuri's staying in Black Panther or anything, but I enjoyed it, and I thought, Namor, he was so cool. I just think it was all well done. So well done, really entertaining. They did a great job. Amazing acting. It was Angela Bassett. She really did a great job. It was just so good. Number 22 is Black Panther, the first Black Panther. I really enjoyed that as well. I think it was well done. The just all about it was really good. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about it. But we had a great time watching that one, and like I said, I definitely think Wakanda Forever was more entertaining, but Black Panther was really good too. Number 21, Iron Man 1, the first Iron Man. I think people tend to overlook how great that movie was as well. I think that's definitely Iron Man's best movie out of the Iron Man series. It started us off. It was the start of the MCU. The start of Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and he started us off and he closed us off. He just did so good. There's no one that can replace Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark. Nobody can replace that. 30, 40 years down the line, if they try to remake it, you're never gonna find a better Tony Stark than Robert Downey Jr., okay? Like, it's just not happening. You better roll if he's still alive, you better roll Robert Downey Jr. down in a wheelchair, and he better replay Tony Stark as an elderly man, okay? It better happen, because you can't find anyone better, okay? Number 20 is The Avengers Age of Ultron. So, this is, people say that it wasn't that good of a movie, and I don't think that's true. I enjoyed watching Age of Ultron. Now, I don't like what they did with Ultron. I think that their portrayal of Ultron wasn't that good. Ultron, if you know about Ultron in the comics, he's a stone cold killer machine. And they made him like a jokester, kind of. Like, I'm not saying they like a all-out jokester, but he's not supposed to have like a personality like that. He's supposed to be a machine, So that's the only thing that I really think they messed up on when it comes to Age of Ultron. But I think other than that, it's a good watch. And I think it's pretty epic. Is it Infinity War epic? Not even close. But it's still good. Number 20 is Spider-Man Homecoming. I enjoyed Galaxy Volume 1. I think I said this in the other video, that Guardians 1 was very good and very well done. A good introduction to the Guardians. Obviously, Peter Quill dancing to save the universe, the galaxy, you know, like, that's great. He did the thing, and yeah, I think they did a good job with this one. It wasn't too jokey, but it wasn't too serious either, and that's how the Guardian should be, you know, so I think that they did a good job with that. Number 18 is Thor Ragnarok. This is Thor's best movie. It was entertaining. It has Bruce Banner. That made it really cool, you know. All of it was just done. It was the lead into Infinity War. So Asgard had just been torn down, you know, because of all the stuff going on with Hela and all that. So it led right into Infinity War, because, you know, at the beginning of Infinity War is Thanos attacking the Asgardians as they were leaving. So yeah, just a very entertaining, good movie. I think they did well with Ragnarok, and I wish that they continued to do things more so like Ragnarok, but I don't know if Thor's getting another movie or not, so yeah. This is 17, I think. I think this is 17. 17 is Shang-Chi. I think Shang-Chi, bro. Shang-Chi was really well made. I enjoyed watching Shang-Chi. I thought it was funny. Now, I've only seen the movie one time, which was in theaters. So I can't remember the characters' names besides Shang-Chi, but the girl that he was with, she was really funny. And Aquafina, is that her name? I think. The actress, she's so funny. I loved her personality in it. It was great. But yeah, I'm excited to see when he comes back how he'll play into things. I'm losing track of the numbers, so I'm just gonna stop. After Shang-Chi is Iron Man 3. I enjoyed Iron Man 3. Honestly, it's one of my favorites. But I know that it wasn't that good, so I'm putting it all the way down here because it wasn't that good of a movie. But I enjoyed watching it because I was a really big Iron Man fan at the time when it came out. And I loved Robert Downey Jr., which I still do, but I had a crush on him, so. But yeah, I enjoyed watching Iron Man 3, but I definitely think that it was not the best. It wasn't as bad as Iron Man 2, so that's a plus. But Iron Man 3 was good, and I enjoyed it. You know, there's Aldrich Killian, and he was in that, and he was the villain. The Mandarin, you know, which the Mandarin came back for Shang-Chi. You guys remember that? That was funny. Well, the fake Mandarin, you know, whatever. After that is the first Ant-Man. Another good one. I don't remember too much about Ant-Man, the Ant-Man series. Like 1 and 2, I don't really remember that much about it. But I think that Ant-Man was good, and it was a good watch. It was entertaining. Doctor Strange is next. The first Doctor Strange. So when it comes to Doctor Strange, I didn't see it in theaters. I watched it on the TV. Well, my dad had got it in Redbox or something, and we watched it then. And I thought it was good. I'm not a big Doctor Strange fan, so, but I do think that the movie was done well. And I don't remember too much about it, but I do remember that it was done well, and it wasn't bad. Definitely wasn't a bad movie at all. So now we're getting into then, um, I said that way too loud. But it should have been put in right after Civil War. Because I think that's what it led into. It was like Civil War, and then it was that, and then it would have gone into like Infinity War time. But I understand that they were trying to place, Yelena into it, so they needed a opportunity to put Yelena in. But still, I just think that a Black Widow movie would have been much more interesting and entertaining and exciting if it was done when she was still alive. Guys, don't make a Black Widow movie when she's dead and you're not planning to bring her back. Like, that's so unfair. Like, you're getting us excited, but she's not coming back. Like, but I love Yelena. She's great too, so, she's cool. She's awesome. But I still love Natasha more. I mean, come on. After that is Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, which just came out recently. And the movie pretty much should have been called Scarlet Witch Multiverse of Madness, because where was Doctor Strange? I mean, let's be real, folks. Doctor Strange was barely in the movie, okay? This was WandaVision Part 2, okay? I like Wanda. A lot of people hate Wanda, but I like her. I think she's cool. Of course, I can't be on her side all the time because she obviously turned evil this movie. But, if I was my brother, though, my brother would say, I don't care if she was evil, I'm still on her side. My brother is a big Wanda Maximoff stan. But yeah, it wasn't the best. I was looking forward to having much more stuff going on in the movie. It is called Multiverse of Madness, but we barely got any of Multiverse. I mean, like, where was all that? It wasn't there. It wasn't there. We got like them like flying through all the multiverses and all that stuff. We got that, but I mean, was that the only part of the madness that we were supposed to see? Like I said, it should have been called Scarlet Witch Multiverse of Madness. It was literally Wanda's movie. Let's be real, Doctor Strange did nothing hardly but chase Wanda. Guys, if we wanted a Wanda movie, we would have said, make a Wanda movie. Well, I guess they did. But I mean, like I said, I don't care. I like Wanda, but I just don't think it should have been called Doctor Strange because he was literally barely doing anything. I mean, what? And also, like, there was just, but it wasn't horrible. I will say that. It definitely was not horrible. So after that, I would say the first Avenger. Now, the reason I rate this after a movie like Multiverse of Madness is because I'm not a big war, like, I don't really like war movies. I find them boring. So I love Steve Rogers. I love Captain America. He's my favorite Avenger, but I don't know. I just don't like war movies. I find them boring, so I kind of really wasn't into the movie that much. And me watching that was like, I don't think I'm gonna like Captain America. But after Winter Soldier, my mind changed. I'll be real though, I did not like Captain America when I first saw the Avengers. I was like, he's stuck up. I don't like him. But he grew on me, and obviously he's my favorite now. So, next, I would say Spider-Man: Far From Home. It was not good to me. Another villain that is coming after Peter Parker that is just mad because of Tony Stark. I didn't like that. Mysterio, his powers or whatever were pretty cool, but I just wasn't into it like that. I think they could have done better with the movie, and I don't know. I know they want their villains, they wanted to incorporate him into the MCU for a reason, so there's Tony Stark is involved, but I don't know, I just wasn't, like, it's just annoying when Peter Parker is just fighting villains because they're ticked off at Tony Stark, but anyways, so now we're getting to the movies that I really wasn't that big into. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the one that just came out like a couple weeks saved the movie is King the Conqueror. Guys, he's scary, he's powerful, he is going to be a great addition to the MCU. Every time King was on the screen, I was excited, I was interested, and he did the job. The actor that plays him is doing great, and I'm excited to see where we go with King. So that King saved the movie from being way lower. Let me tell you that. I love Paul Rudd. He's great. He's a great Ant-Man, but I just wasn't into the movie that much. But King the Conqueror, dude, he's definitely putting up something at Thanos, let me tell you. Alright, so after that, I would say Thor, the first one. I'm not saying Thor was bad. Honestly, Thor could have gone up a little higher than these, but I just wasn't a fan of it. I'm just not a Thor person. So this ranking of Thor has nothing really to do with the movie being bad, but it's just I'm not a Thor person. Like Ragnarok, like that was really good. It was entertaining, but this like the beginnings of Thor and Loki and all that. It just, I don't know, just wasn't. I would choose to watch Quantumania before I would watch the first Thor, and I'm just being real with you. So now we're about to get to our trash movies. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Too much humor. It could have been better than it was. Like I said, I enjoy watching it though, because I think it's funny, but it's not, it's definitely not on the level of any of the other movies that I just named. Not at all. No. Next, Ant-Man and the Wasp. The second Ant-Man. Trash. I can't even remember what went on in it. Nah. I'm not even gonna go much into detail with these. After that, it would be The Dark World. Thor the Dark World. Trash. Sorry. Loki was the best thing about that movie, because I loved Loki. But that's it. I'm sorry. After that, Captain Marvel. Trash. No. I did not enjoy watching Captain Marvel. I was bored. I just wasn't interested. I'm honestly not even Captain Marvel stan. I apologize to all of you that love Captain Marvel, but I am not a stan of her. I'm not a fan of her. No. I'm sorry. I just don't like Captain Marvel like that. My brother would hate me right now. He loves Captain Marvel and Brie Larson, and I'm just like, I'm not a Captain Marvel person at all. I don't even barely remember anything about the movie. I'm gonna be real with you. Nope. Alright, my last two. Iron Man 2. The only good thing about that movie was Natasha. That's it. She saved the movie. That was the only good thing about the movie. Other than that, it was just a whole like 2 hours of Tony Stark whining and acting crazy. I mean, I know that's kind of his character because he was drunk. Tony Stark was drunk in the comics, and he was dying, so that probably just kicked him to start acting nuts. I understand, but it just, I don't know, it just wasn't that good to me, and a lot of people didn't like it. The villain was lackluster. I wasn't a fan of him. He was the one that had those like whip things. I can't even think of his name right now, but he wasn't that exciting. And lastly, Eternals. Guys, when I tell you I almost fell asleep in the theater watching that, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. No offense, but none of the characters interest me. I love Salma Hayek, but even her character didn't faze me. None of them were like, oh, these guys are fun. I didn't care about their plot lines. I didn't care about any of it. I was just looking at it. It was like, no. The graphics, things like that, like the picture qualities, like everything like that was pretty. It was beautiful. They did a great job with that. But what's it called? I had the word in my head and it just left. But anyways, So yeah, that's all of them. How did you feel about this video, Speed Racer? Didn't I tell you to start talking? What is up with him? Yeah, guys, so that's all for this video. Like I said, let me know what you guys think, what you guys would rate every single movie. Please feel free to include The Incredible Hulk and Thor: Love and Thunder, if you guys have seen it as well, and let me know what you guys think of those. Also, let me know if you agree or disagree with my ratings. Well, not my ratings, but my list. Let me know what you guys think. So, I have some ideas for my next videos. Let me know what you want to see the most next. So I can do a Blu-ray collection, all of my Blu-rays. I can do a vinyl collection, because I've got a good amount of those as well. And also, I kind of thought about this idea from Sufficient Whispers. He did like elementary stories that he like told stories that he remembers from each grade in elementary school. And I thought about doing that, but middle school and high school, not elementary, because elementary school wasn't that exciting for me. But middle school was like my favorite years of school, and then high school I could give some stories there. So two separate videos, but yeah. So Blu-ray collection, vinyl collection, middle school stories, high school stories. Those are 4 video ideas that I have. So if you guys are interested in any of those, just